Hey folks, welcome to my 7th and final installment for this tutorial of The Entertainer by Billy Joel. Luckily this is made up of mostly things that we've already learned how to do, so let me show you what we're going to learn in this segment. Okay, so that is what we're going to be learning. Let me just run all of that through kind of nice and slow a couple of times for those of you who just want to get right to that, and then we'll break it down note by note for the folks that want to go into a little more detail. Again, nice and slow. Okay, so what are we doing? Well, we're playing the same chords and the same inversions and configurations that we did in segment 6, and once we get out of just these like strums, we play the exact same rhythm pattern we learned in segment 6. So a lot of repeat here. We start on the G added 9, octave Ds with G and A in between, and octave Gs in the middle, or in the bottom. Then we go to an E bass, and we play the C added 9, which is the E, G, C, and D in the right hand. The D chord in between, which is D, F sharp, A, and D. Back to C added 9, only this time with the C bass. So we've gone G, C added 9 over E, D, C added 9 over C. Then we play that C chord again. And then we come down to the G added 9, which is your D, G, A, D over a B bass, and we do the bum, 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 bum. Then that chord back to the C added 9, and then to a D suspension, which is D, G, A, D, and you kind of hold it in place, and on the and of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and so like maybe on the count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, bum. We just sort of move our index finger from this G down to the F sharp and resolve that D suspension chord to a D chord. Then we're back to the G added 9. And then we do this little maneuver again, the C over E, D, C. Now we start back into our rhythm pattern that we learned in segment 6 on that C chord over the C bass. Then the D suspension, resolving to the D. Then the A minor with the little special added suspension as well, which is E, G, C, and D, for those of you that don't remember. Then to the C bass. Then to the D suspension. Resolve it with the F sharp. And then we're ready to just play this guy, which we've learned at the beginning of the song. So I don't want to go through and teach that note for note because we've already gone through that in segment 1. Now to end the song, in the left hand we simply go octave C's, octave D's, then down to octave G's, but instead of playing them together, we go thumb, pinky. And we do that 3 times. Okay? Now in the right hand, what we're doing is so what I like to do is play the E and the G together. This is basically a C chord, okay? Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, and we're arpeggiating down, but I like that first tone to have that sixth, that interval of the sixth there. Then we do the same thing on a D chord, A and F sharp, D, A, and then we play the G with our thumb, and then play the rest of the chord after that. So B, D, and G. So it's like toggle up. The second time through, we actually reverse it and we arpeggiate up. G, C, E, A, D, F sharp, and then we do the same thing. Bum, bum. Then we simply move up an octave and do that again. G, C, E, A, D, F sharp, G, bum. So with the hands together, it looks like this. Okay, so that's what's happening. Let's just play the whole thing through slow a few times so you can get a good look at it. So when you get that up to speed, it's going to look like this. Okay, and there you have it, folks. That's The Entertainer. This is a much more challenging song than it necessarily looks like. Very fun to play. I think the biggest challenge a lot of people are going to have is getting the left hand and the right hand to work with each other and get the timing right. My suggestion to you is do not beat your head into a tree too long in any one shot. Work on it for a while, and when you start to feel frustrated, walk away. Your brain and your your nervous system is still on the case, and it's building the neural pathways to send the signal down to cause the muscles to fire. So you don't have to just sit there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Just work on it until it's not fun anymore. Walk away, come back and try it again. Walk away, come back and try it again. I don't know how long it will take. That's different for each person, but it will eventually come around if you don't get yourself, into a frenzy over it. So make sure that you're enjoying the process, and when you enjoy the process, you're inspired to keep coming back, and as long as you keep coming back, it will eventually fall into place. That is just how these things work. So thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And I'll see you on the next one, folks. I'm Piano Man Steve Lungrin.